I'm Ellie.
I'm Micaela.
I'm Kathryn.
I'm Charlotte.
We're Mech Productions and we've created the beginning of a film called Monday Morning.
Our film is a thriller mystery about a man who kidnapped a child 17 years ago from our scene and revolves around his family discovering what happened.
We first presented our initial idea to our class, who informed us that it was too long, confusing and too much like a full-length film.
Therefore we scrapped that and decided on our Monday morning.
Our film begins by introducing our main characters. Dave Irvin, who plays Jim Watson, is represented through wearing dark clothing. We used Dave as his age representative. There would have been no point using a young man when we needed someone of about 50.
While we had flashbacks of Jim, we used Dave's son and Simi, who plays that little girl in the film's dad, as she felt more comfortable with him, therefore playing a little girl with her dad is more genuine.
When we filmed our scenes, we had to make sure all the props were the same for continuity, such as Dave's clothing and the cigarette in his car, as we had to film on different days to fit in with when we and the actors could film.
We managed the group by seeing which days the actors were available and worked around their free time. Also, we kept the equipment in one person's house at one time to ensure that the equipment was safe and all together. We used our resources well, I think, as we chose the places that were not busy or crowded, and we worked around the weather to create different kind of moods. We started off using our friend Carly as an actor, but due to a fortunate event she could no longer act for us, so we have to go with someone else. To ensure we met deadlines, we shared out the work in the group to make it easier for everybody to complete the tasks given.
For health and safety, we only had the people needed in Dave's car when filming. We ensured that we used empty streets and areas so that no one was at risk. Having no one extra in the car also ensured that no one would be reflected in the mirrors. We also made sure that everyone was belted in the car. Whilst filming the crash scenes, we had Charlotte in the car spinning the camera around. This was so that nobody got hurt. We wanted a high angle shot, but we couldn't get our hands on a ladder. Therefore, I climbed onto my wall to help to film the high angle shot to show that this man's powerless, as though we as the audience are looking down on him like dirt. However, it was quite dangerous and I ended up hurting my leg. Doing this made it difficult and we had to cut the scene as the sun made a big shadow of herself along the road.
Throughout filming, we stuck to our storyboard as much as we could. However, in our storyboard, the scenes of Simi were at Christmas time, so we changed this because we couldn't set a house up for Christmas. Instead, we just filmed it, Simi playing in her house as she was happy. It shows she was a happy and playful child. By using handheld filming, we made it look like a home video, which was effective as it actually looked like his thoughts rather than had they been straight off the tripod.
We took a lot of notice into the continuity of our production, otherwise it wouldn't have made sense. For example, when we were filming Dave on the phone, he had to reshoot several times as he kept hanging up and putting the phone away or held it in different hands.
We used many action shots, especially as Dave was getting into his car. We think this was edited very well, as our feedback proved.
Other continuity issues involved props and costume as we had to film on different days. Things have been changed around, from making Dave wear the same clothes to cleaning the car's front window as it had got dirty to the cigarette which we made face the same way.
As our film is a thriller mystery, we needed the audience to constantly be asking themselves questions, especially to carry... As our film was a thriller mystery, we needed the audience to constantly be asking themselves questions, especially to create enigma to ensure they would carry on watching. The audience should have their own ideas of what they think is going to happen next.
We responded to our initial brief by sitting down together and coming up with numerous amounts of initial ideas for narratives which can be found on our site.
We decided that either a horror or thriller film would be creative and easy enough to do on our budget.
We presented our first initial story opening to our class, who informed us that we would be giving away too much. Therefore we sat down again and tweaked it.
We also researched into other popular blockbuster films such as Taken, The Ring, Murderland and Hide and Seek.
We realised that these films raked in a lot of money, a huge audience, and all had an element of mystery. So we agreed that a thriller mystery film was the route to take, so we created a questionnaire to discover who exactly our audience were.
We gave out questionnaires to a range of age groups, male and female, and discovered that mysterious thriller films are more enjoyed and watched by mature people. We suspect because they are interested in current affairs and serious topics.
We decided that our film would be made for adults, male and female, with a certificate in age of 15, because there would be nothing too severe, such as full-on violence, gore or sexual scenes, for the certificate to be made at 18.
However, after we had our feedback from our film, we realised that anyone we asked over the age of 16 did not understand what was going on. Therefore, we realised there was a limit on who would understand our film, or that we didn't make it clear enough.
But on the other hand, many of us did understand, showing we had made our beginning clear enough without giving away too much detail. As it is still a mystery, the audience is supposed to be slightly confused, as everything is revealed at the end.
We wanted a continuous prop used in the red scarf, red to show the danger, blood, death, passion and mystery. The scarf was represented on Simi and the girl on the swing in the two time periods, to make clear that this is the same person. However, looking back, we realised that we should have made this more pronounced and clear, as it is not actually shown very well, as we never got a shot of Simi wearing a scarf, which would have made it perfect. But Elle on the swing was not close enough, and we needed a close-up shot to make it
noticeable.
If we were to refilm this, we would fix this by refilming and make sure the scarf was more known. We would also reshoot all of Ellie's shots, as the camera quality was not good and the dialogue did not quite fit.
If we were to refilm this, we would fix things by refilming it and making sure the scarf is more known. We would also reshoot all of Ellie's shots, as the camera quality was not very good and the dialogue did not quite fit.
As we had not got a lot of money to spend on our film, we had to use the natural light to our best advantage. We could not hire out big bright lighting fixtures.
Using natural light gave us advantages and disadvantages, and we think we did well to create an enigma through the help of lighting.
The weather was a big issue. For our first scenes of Dave, we filmed him on a sunny day to show his happiness, but then as our scene got closer and closer to the end, we filmed on different days, so the sky was gloomy and rainy to reflect his sad, lonely, depressed mood. The weather conditions made it difficult whilst filming the swing scenes, as it was snowing, which messed up our continuity. However, we cannot predict the weather. It also did not rain when we filmed the window wiper shot, so we compromised by pouring water on the front window and using the water from the window wipers. We needed rain on this to foreshadow that something bad's going to happen.
We think that the scene is effective, as the diegetic noise is quite disturbing and scream-like, which is reflecting his pain, and the rain shows his emotions as they mirror tears. Although the lighting on the swing scenes were very dark and we wanted brighter light, the weather helped us with shadowing in other shots. For example, in the next scene, the lighting on Dave's face suggests a battle between good and bad. This is because the light is more, showing us innocent parts of him working with his facial expressions of sadness. With the dark shadowing also, it shows a struggle between hell and evil with bright innocence, signifying to the audience he may be an antagonist rather than a protagonist in this film, especially as the dark hell-like light seems to be winning.
Another light scene we find effective is the last shot with Simi and Jim blowing out the candle, as I think it is very symbolic. The composition is effective as the candle is right in the centre of the frame. This draws attention to the shot and signifies the life and death of Jim. This is because the candle is blown out from bright, happy light to dark into nothingness.